in this country, 99% versus 1%. This is what the 1%, this is where the 1% send their kids to school. This is where the 1% send their kids. This school and schools like it. You guys are on the same team. You guys are all part of the 99%. I'm part of the 99%. Every teacher in the school is part of the 99%.
Part of 100%.
And so what becomes very interesting when we look at a school like this is, this doesn't mean they're bad. If you go here, you're not bad. In fact, if any of you could ever go here, I would love it.
Is the camera cutting off?
If we could get our students into this school, be ecstatic. This would be an amazing opportunity. And the people that go there, they're not bad. Being rich isn't a bad thing. Having money isn't a bad thing.
Do I look like a monkey?
The reason we bring this up is to point out there is a disparity. There's a gap between the wealthy in this country and the impoverished. And isn't that similar to what the American revolutionaries were facing when they were under the control of Britain? Isn't that similar though? So the American Revolution, they wanted their freedom. They wanted their freedom against British taxation, against an empowered elite, the wealthy elite of Britain, who are imposing their system of rule on the colonies. We see with the Occupy Wall Street movement, the richest 1% can afford lobbyists. Do you guys have a lobbyist? Can you afford a lobbyist? A lobbyist is someone who you pay to go to Washington, D.C., who will speak on your behalf and try to convince politicians to vote for legislation in your favor. None of you have lobbyists. I don't have lobbyists. None of you have lobbyists. Corporations have lobbyists. Corporations pay people to represent their interests to get laws passed that benefit them. The richest people in the world can afford lobbyists. Everyone else can't. So what power do the common people in this country have? And when I say common, I mean everyone else but the very richest. What tools do the rich, what tools do the 99% have? The same tools that the revolutionaries had. What do they have?
So one goes like this.
What can 99% of Americans do? Team up, mobilize, right? To create a union of one. You have numbers on your side. The American Revolution. When we look at the Revolution, we see that between the three groups, the fence-sitters, the Patriots, and the Tories, that only about a third, if that, were Patriots to begin with. Only a third. Thomas Paine had to write his pamphlet, Common Sense, to get everyone on his side. And then once he did that, gentlemen, once Thomas Paine wrote his pamphlet, he was able to organize a collective group of people who could then fight against Britain. But what did it take? It took organizing. With the Occupy Wall Street protests, what do you got? Well, if every person in the 99% showed up on their city's street corners with Occupy protest signs, you would have 300 million people taking to the streets. Almost all of America. Hundreds of millions of people taking to the streets, and everyone agreed to do that. So, when we look at the disparity between the rich and the poor, even though the rich can buy influence, and they can buy legislation, they can buy power, which is the same or similar to what was happening in the American Revolution, we see that everyone else can still rely on protests, boycotts.
You have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Okay, the spreading of information. Back then, they were posting pamphlets or broadsides